Welcome to How to Cook That. I'm Ann Reardon, and this week I have a bonus video for you on how to make a Fanta bottle cake. After I made the Coke bottle cake, there were lots and lots of requests for a Fanta version, so here it is with some tips and tricks to make it even easier. The first thing you need to do is heat the Fanta to evaporate the water and concentrate the flavour. Pour it all into a saucepan, and I'll put all of the recipe quantities on the howtocookthat.net website for you in grams and ounces and cups, and there's a link to that below. Leave that to boil over high heat. Now for your Fanta jelly layer, take your gelatin sheets and place them in some cold water. Now gelatin sheets come in different strengths and different thicknesses, so they're designed that whatever strength you're using, you can just use the same number of sheets that the recipe says. One sheet will set the same amount regardless of the strength of the gelatin. Once the quantity of Fanta is reduced to about 1 litre, pour half of it, so about 500 ml, back into the pan to concentrate that even further. With the other half, squeeze the water out of your gelatin sheets and then add them into the hot Fanta. Give that a stir and you'll find they should dissolve straight away. Pour that into a flat tray lined with some plastic wrap to make it easier to get out later on, and refrigerate that until it's set. Keep boiling the rest of the Fanta until you have only 1 cup of liquid left. Then take that Fanta syrup off the heat and leave it to one side. Bake 1 quantity of my fluffy sponge cake recipe, and there's a video on how to make that cake. I'll link to that in the blog post for this recipe. And then level off the top and cut 4 circles of cake out of each sponge and store them in an airtight container. Take your empty Fanta bottle and carefully remove the label so that we can use that on the cake. At the level where the label was, cut around the bottle. Now don't worry if it's not exactly straight, because when it joins there, if it's got a little bit of an up bit, that will help us line it up when we put it back together. Wash the bottle and dry the inside using a tissue. Now you don't want any moisture on this or it will mark your chocolate. Now we want to cut it straight down, and this will just make it easier to get the chocolate out of the plastic without scratching it. Cut all the way down to the top and then use some tape to keep it in place. Now we can easily peel this tape off when we're ready to take it out. Do the same thing with the base piece, cutting down one side and then just tape that into place. Take your white chocolate, and if it is compound chocolate you can just melt it, but if it's real chocolate containing cocoa butter, then you need to temper it. I have a whole video called Chocolate Secrets that explains how to do that. Pour a small amount of white chocolate down to the top of your bottle for that section of the Fanta bottle that's not filled with Fanta, and then tip out the excess into a bowl and straighten up the line using a spatula. Add orange oil-based food colouring to the rest of the chocolate. If you add gel or liquid food colouring, it will make your chocolate seize, so it needs to be oil-based or powdered food colouring. Pour some into the base and spread it up the sides of the container, making sure everywhere is covered. Then take the bottle and tip it upside down over the bowl and let the excess drip out. And then leave that upside down on some baking paper to set. If you put it the right way up, the chocolate runs down, leaving that top edge thin. Pour the rest of the orange chocolate into the top half of the bottle, and then hold it in your hand and slowly twist it and just turn it there to make sure all the sides are covered all the way up to the top of your bottle, and you'll end up with a nice even coverage. And then you just want to stand that up and leave that to set. For the fizzy discs, you need white chocolate and sherbet. If you don't have powdered sherbet where you live, I'll put a recipe for that on the How to Cook That website as well. Pour the sherbet into the chocolate and stir it through. Now I haven't tempered this chocolate because I want it to be easy to cut in the cake. Spread it out evenly on some baking paper and leave that for about 10 minutes to firm up. And then use a cookie cutter to make circles. And these fizzy discs taste fizzy, exactly like it sounds it would, like you have in fizzy drink. So it kind of goes with the Fanta theme. And then you want to put those in the fridge to set firmly. Once your bottle is set, remove the tape and loosen the bottle from the chocolate. Then just below that indent on the bottle, because it's got a funny shape, make a cut to one side and tear the plastic off around the bottle. and then that top bit should just slide off. Take the plastic bottle off the base using exactly the same method. Now take your jelly out of the fridge and cut 8 circles using a cookie cutter. Lift the plastic and peel off the circles of jelly, and then all that remaining offcuts of jelly, put them all into a bowl. We want to microwave them until they are just melted. It should feel only slightly warm. You don't want this to be hot. Pour in your cream and then whip it on high speed for about 3 minutes until you get thick, soft peaks. Once the cake is refrigerated, this bit will set like a soft Fanta mousse. Put that into a piping bag and put some at the base of your bottle. Add a circle of cake and push it down into the mousse. And now brush that with the Fanta syrup that we made to give it moisture and the Fanta flavour. Add a circle of Fanta jelly, followed by a fizzy white chocolate disc, and then more mousse, cake, and syrup. Do the same thing with the top half of your bottle, layering up the mousse, cake, syrup, jelly, and fizzy chocolate all the way up to the top. Place some melted chocolate around the join there, and then add the other half of the bottle into place. You can use orange chocolate for this. I'm just using the white so you can see what I'm doing. Smooth off the melted chocolate around the join, and then add the Fanta label back into place. Put the Fanta lid on the bottle or make one out of fondant like I showed you in the Coke bottle cake video, and then you can cut the bottle cake open to reveal all the pretty layers of Fanta flavoured cake. Fanta mousse, fizzy discs, Fanta jelly. It tastes awesome and it's an easy cake to make. Subscribe to How to Cook That for more cakes, chocolates and desserts. Click here for the recipe, here for my Coke bottle cake, here for the video on how to temper chocolate, and here for my YouTube channel. Champion of the Week goes to Brenda, who made my Converse shoe cake and did a great job, I must say. It looks awesome. When you bake one of the recipes, be sure to post a picture of it in the comments section on my website so I can see what you made. Make it a great week, and I'll see you on Friday.